The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing out there? All right, so out of every story of just straight racism, brutality out there, this one hurt me the most when it happened. And still to this day, I think about this one more than any other story. And there are a lot of them to think about. The Trayvon Martin story, a young black teen walking in the neighborhood, and because he quote unquote wasn't supposed to be in that neighborhood, you had a white man call the police on him, say, I don't think this guy should be with this hoodie on and these Skittles should be in this neighborhood. Then on top of that, after he was told to leave the young brother alone, he goes and takes it upon himself, takes matters in his own hand to remove this teen from the neighborhood. And at that point, he kills young Trayvon Martin. One of the worst stories America has to offer. One of the worst examples of this country. It shows pure racism, pure disrespect for another human being. And I'd hope this country believes it's better than that. With that being said, we got a good brother in Jay-Z. A reformed brother. A brother who has never shied away from talking about his drug dealing days. How we had to stab a couple people in it. You know what I mean? What he say? I stabbed on over some records. Like, he's been pretty open about everything that he's had to go through in his life to get to this spot, the cheating, all of it. Well, now he's financially in a position where he can leave some things into the atmosphere and start to work on legacy, even though Jay-Z's legacy is already cemented. He's even cemented it even more, right? With these little documentary pieces that he's been doing. He did one on Rucker, I believe, and now he's doing one on Trayvon Martin and the George Zimmerman story. So here's what has transpired. As Jay-Z continues to work on this Trayvon Martin story, this documentary, he's went and hired an executive producer named Michael. All right. So Mike has made some visits to George Zimmerman's home, his parents' home, and his uncle's home, and this is in Florida, to get them on camera. George Zimmerman is claiming that his family has been harassed, but he refused to be elaborate on what the harassment was, right? I don't know if there's any harassment going on whatsoever. Might I add you, George Zimmerman, the one who killed Trayvon Martin, his name has been brought up in a plethora of crimes since he's been acquitted for the killing of Trayvon Martin. His name has been brought up in a lot of BS. You dropped the ball, America, on this one. And by the way, Zimmerman was asked about what does he think about Jay-Z in this documentary, and the man flatfoot said, I know how to handle people who fuck with me. I have since February 2012, which is a chilling reference to obviously him killing Trayvon Martin. Now Zimmerman's even more upset about the money that he claims being paid to his ex-wife for her participation in the story. Obviously, Hov and his producer Mike are trying to, you know, get people to speak on who the person Zimmerman is and was and what went through his mind as they complete this Trayvon Martin documentary. And Zimmerman claims that that they're trying to pay their way into getting his ex-wife in to talk more and maybe even tell lies. Now, again, if you're a part of a documentary, you can get paid. All right, let's just make that clear. I don't know what the hell Zimmerman is talking about. Zimmerman said, look, to Jay and Mike or whoever's responsible with talking to my parents, this is a quote: anyone who fucks with my parents will be fed to the alligators. I am not misquoting that man when I say that. Anybody who fucks with my parents and tries to get interviews will be fed to the alligators. I'll take care of it like I did in February 2012. All right, this is a crazy, this is crazy talk. You threatening this man because he's doing a documentary on a real situation? And Jay and Mike, they're trying to do their due diligence and get the facts from your side. They're reaching out to your family members to understand your side. You just want to act like this situation is going to go away? Did you think this situation was going to go away when you made the decision to kill an unarmed Trayvon Martin? What did you think was going to happen? You weren't thinking it. I'm just saying, it doesn't make any sense to me. You gotta lay in the bed that you made. You made the wrong decision to kill this unarmed black man, and the court system believed in you So even though you might get freedom, my G, that comes with consequences that you should be responsible for. And now you pissed at Hov, pissed at the producer Mike for going out, doing their due diligence. I don't understand it. I never understood this case. I never understood this trial. Keep it a stack with you, just remembering the case. I watched a lot of it from when I was working at Nike at the time in East Memphis. I remember looking at this like, yo, the prosecution that's supposed to be representing Trayvon Martin did a terrible job at trying to prosecute George Zimmerman. I thought that was a terrible job. Zimmerman, his defense, they probably outplayed that case, but I felt like this was an easy one. Even then, for the jury to decide, yo, Zimmerman deserves to be locked up. Everything stacked against him. The police told you to leave. The dispatchers told you to leave this brother alone. You don't have the jurisdiction to do any harm to this brother. And you still went and did what you had to do to quote unquote get him off the streets. I thought the jury still had enough to make a conviction. And that wasn't the case. I think about this situation a lot, honestly, and it's very unfortunate, man. Mr. Taliaferro TV, George Zimmerman said if Jay and his producers keep coming to his crib or looking for his parents and uncles, he's going to take matters into his own hands and feed Jay-Z to the alligators. By the way, I don't think Jay lives a day of his life worried about George Zimmerman. First and foremost, you can't touch Jay-Z. You won't get close to touch Jay-Z. I promise you that. And don't get it mistaken for Jay-Z, the businessman, from who he used to be and who he can still be, and the phone calls he can make. Let's make that clear. All right, all due respect. Actually, no respect to you, Zimmerman. You forgetting who Hov is. Put some respect on his name. He's more than just a rapper. Talk to me in the comment box below. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.